Alright, so I'm gonna start the video. I think finally there was a few comments on the last video about they wanted a new video, a new update video, but I think I got a bunch of clips saying, you know, I'm gonna start a new video and put all the footage I have into one video, but I think I'll just do it right here. I'll just take all the footage and kind of condense the last like 2 months since the last video into this video, and this will be the start of it. But right now we're just packing up. We got a late start. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Making the post office by 5:30 will be all right. Might not get a shipment out here before 7. Our local UPS here closes at 7. We might get it out. I don't think there's too much stuff. There's just that one table there and some more stuff in there. But especially most of the things have been selling on eBay. I'm sure most of you have seen it or know about them or know about all that. And that's the Hatchimals. See, we got 3 left. They're pretty much everyone's restricted on Amazon by now. It used to be a couple unrestricted listings, but you get about 90 plus shipping, or 90 or 95 shipped or something like that on there. If you want to get them gone, you could probably wait and get a little bit more. But did you unlock the truck? Lock the truck and see what we got going on in here. I think we had a total of, I think we got about 15, 16. We've been buying them late too. When they first came out, we didn't really buy them because you didn't make that much money. And they're $60, and it's our first quarter for us, so we don't really know too much about how hot toys go up in price or whatever. So we didn't do too much. And ow, hit my head again. How many times we did that on video? A bunch of books we got returned during the last storage fee update. With this was the one media thing where you could recall one media, one item, and not get charged, and that's what most of that is. As you can see, there's what, 1, 2, there's all those boxes there. That's all Hatchimals that need to go out from the weekend. They don't sell too fast. You can probably get more than, I think we're selling them for, we sold the exclusive one for $120, and the normal ones for, I think, just an even 100 with no shipping. Most of them are going out usually around 8. Priority mail. We did have one go to California, which is pretty far from us. So it was only like 14. They will not fit in a medium flat rate. It'll fit, but as you know about the Hatchimals, like the front's plastic and it doesn't close easily. It closes right on top of that plastic, so if something gets set on top of it, it'll break or whatever. But we got that to do, and as you can see, we picked up some stuff yesterday. We went out. We went up in I think it's like Benton Harbor, Michigan, which we usually have good luck there. And we met at where we found like 4 or 5 phones, found a bunch of memory cards for cameras and stuff that was super cheap. But we noticed I had a bunch of tablets and stuff, and the guy that was helping us was like, "Oh, there's a guy just here yesterday doing the same thing you guys are doing. I bought a bunch of Apple Watches." I don't know what it means by a bunch, but I guess they still had Apple Watches left over from the originals. They were $125. He said they bought all of their 3D. There's a special edition 3DS they bought all of, and a couple more things. But they're like, oh, they kept on being like, oh, there's somebody there doing the exact same thing you do, which you always have competition. There's more than you think. There's other people out here doing this, but it's one of those rare instances where it's right in front of your face where you see it. But so we got put that off to that. We'll get started with some Amazon. I'll show a little more. We got this Denon, I think that's how you say it, DVD player. We've had it for, I don't know, I want to say like 4 or 5 months. But usually it's a more higher end brand, but it's just a DVD player. We got that at Salvation Army. One of the same Salvation Armies if you watch a lot of the earlier videos that we had it in. But we only got paying like $20 for that with the remote because the guy gave us a good deal. Because he kind of knew us, and we're like, hey, you know, because they didn't have returns on their electronics. We're like, we don't know if this works or not. And he's like, you know what? I'll give it to you for, I don't remember what he gave it to us, for something super cheap, but finally took off for that for 100, which isn't great, but sometimes you gotta sell through the stuff, kind of like all this stuff here we kind of want gone, but we'll get to it when we get to it. But we'll see what's going on later. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna ship that DVD player. I just showed you. It won't fit in any of the priority. I'm gonna look now and see exactly where it's going. Usually we get pretty good rates on these things, but I'll kind of show you how we ship some of our bigger items. I don't know how much it weighs, but it's going to Massachusetts. How do you know how to say that? Massachusetts. Usually they go FedEx. A lot of times they go, because sometimes when you go priority, I know there's probably, you probably know why, but sometimes you get like a 40% shipping discount on certain like zones or areas for some reason. So you can ship one of these things, even though it originally cost, you know, whatever, $15, it only costs like 8. So it's really, it's just hit and miss. You gotta kind of plug in some stuff and see.
20 pounds.
It was 20 pounds? So apparently it's heavy. So I would say it's high. Usually, you know, high quality electronics are, it's because they're heavy. They weigh a lot. So going to this guy here to Massachusetts for 20 pounds is going to be $20 almost exactly. You did get a 50% discount. It's 40 originally, but it's gonna be $20.64 if you go priority. We usually put, I think, yeah, on these big things we do just put Smart Post just in case. We don't. A lot of the times we end up not doing Smart Post. One of the reasons because we don't have any FedExes around here either. The closest FedEx is like a half hour away. Just for a drop off is like a half hour away. We don't usually do too many, but we always just put Smart Post just in case. It's the cheapest option if it has to be that way. You know, we will give up some shipping. You know, if FedEx say it's $5, we're just gonna go post office because it's priority because it gets there faster. Get a little bit of insurance. It's just kind of the way it is. I'm just gonna guess this is gonna be about this by this by this. That should be big enough. If we want Smart Post instead of 20, like 64 or whatever, it's going to be $20.82. So it's looking like it's just gonna end up being a $20 ship job here. That is the cost he paid. He did pay $20. Sometimes we do free, sometimes we don't do free, but he paid $20. Sometimes home delivery is cheaper than Smart Post because of probably the routes and the way they're located. As you can see, home delivery is cheaper. If you do home, it's $15.85. So you're saving roughly $4-ish if you want the FedEx. We're probably just gonna end up doing priority because it's just kind of like a thing where it's like it's chipped and gone. $4 is $4. You still made plenty of money on it, and that's probably what that's gonna be. Boxed up. Couldn't find a box, as I can see the boxes. We just used an 18 by 18 by 24 and cut it down. And as what happens a lot with a lot of things that you pack up once you cut down a box, these big things, is you always get the accessories like the power cord and the remotes, and they got to open it back up, stick her back in there. That's how Amazon right here. I think our post office is right there. We're gonna hopefully we can get all those flipazoos, or not flipazoos, 10 hatchables and all that stuff on there. Usually it's pretty packed, especially it's a Monday, and it's like they're gonna close in a half an hour. It's like 4:55. Some donuts. That's what Amazon's looking like this morning. Oh, as you see, the little pallet distributor guy. 53 at 12:30. It's not our best day, not our worst day, but Q4 is right around the corner. So people say Q4 started. We've only seen a gradual increase in sales in our FBA business here. We haven't seen nothing like jump up super high. We are doing better than we've ever did before, but we've kind of always hit those plateaus as long as we've been doing this the last 8 months. But let's go see what these packages end up looking like. Actually, it didn't turn out too bad. That's too bad. Although we did. He's gonna pick up a few of the boxes. Although we did knock down one of the rows that fell behind it. But that's alright. They're usually nice about that. We picked up a bunch of Tide stain little packs are discontinued. They're selling around. It's kind of hard to find. We ended up finding, I don't know, 25 of them or so. But we're restricted on Amazon because it's Tide. But we put them up on eBay. They do kind of sell on eBay. For some reason, the one's up there for a really high price. We didn't come in super low. We came into what they're actually selling for on the sold. They usually sold about once a week. And the current active ones are about double this price. But we finally sold one, which is a good thing because we're hoping we're going to sell through one. But you see, it's $55. It's free shipping. It's going to at least fit into a medium flat rate. But we have like 20 something. We're hoping we can sell through them. It looks like they are going to sell. We've only had them for a day, I think. And we've got the one sold. We're out here de-stickering stuff and getting some of the stuff ready. Still got to take the stuff out of the car, but I got a lot of this stuff ready. But here's something that we picked up. It's this Guitar Hero. They're on sale for like 20 bucks everywhere. They ain't really worth too much as far as sending them in, especially for 20, which is pretty low, especially when they're originally, like, I think he didn't have the stickers on there, was like originally 80. Now it's only 50, and then now it's even thing. But there was a Walmart that had some carts out that had that said everything in this cart $1. But and below it says, please ask cashier for assistant with like 3 exclamation points. A cart behind that for $1, a cart behind that for $5, or 2 more carts behind that for $5. And, you know, it's usually when we're out at Walmart's, you know, by the time we're hitting them up, it's like 4 a.m., 3 a.m. So there isn't too many workers. But we seen them there. There was a bunch of light bulbs in one, which was still good, in the other one. So we So we went and asked. It was a CSM that had the yellow vest on. We said, "Hey, why do these carts say please see an associate first or whatever?" He goes, "Does that mean?" We said, "Does that mean it's not going to ring up with the price tags on?" He said, "No, it won't ring up. We have to override it." It's like, "All right, well, we're going to buy all these light bulbs. We're going to buy this." He's like, "All right." And this Guitar Hero was sitting in the $5 cart, and he's seen it and said, "All right, that's good." But of course, by the time we get around to checking out, he has to go to lunch. So the assistant manager comes over and starts helping with the overrides. And he's not too familiar. Like, the carts were in the front of the store, so he knew about the carts, but he wasn't too familiar with it. So when he's seeing this, and we're like, "Yeah, that was in a $5 cart," he's like, "Well, this is a brand new game system." But I'd explained to him, I think it was in a $5 cart because it was open. I don't know if you can't. If you look right here along the edge, you can see where that sticker there has been taken off and put back. You can see the dirt stickiness where it once was. So I'm not sure if it was a return or what. But we said, "Well, it's been open," and the other guy said it was $5. And then he said, "Well, this is a brand new game system," as he's looking at it. And I said, "Well, then go ahead and take it off. We don't want it then. Like, it doesn't make us any difference. Then we're not gonna do anything about it." I was like, "Okay, you won't give it to us." But then he kind of smirked a little bit and typed it in the computer and gave it to us. But we're gonna open it up here and see what happens. We're not gonna just send this into Amazon as new, because you can see how it was open at one point. It looks new, it feels new. Let's just see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna try to use the hair dryer, try not to damage it too much. So we got her open, and it looks like the guitar's sealed. I've never actually opened one of these up before. There's a little dongle looking thing. I guess that's the dongle for the PS3. You got a little close there. There's a couple batteries. It doesn't have the batteries to be sealed. It just seems weird to me, because usually when you open up new products, everything's sealed. But game's not sealed. Not what it's supposed to be, but it's in there. We won't be selling this as new, obviously, since we just opened it. But game looks perfect. Probably throw it up on eBay or something. We did sell a Wii U version of this that had a damaged box. It wasn't open, but it was a damaged box. But looks good though. Alright, I was just got done with the shipment. I forgot to look at it before we completed it. But as you can see, it was just 228 items, 44 SKUs. The sales was pretty good actually, 25,000. Profit, a little under 3,000, 2,293. Buy value was at 1,300, so over 100%, which is always good. Of course, the sales value is 5,000. I think that's before all the fees are taken out, but that's not too bad for a little midday shipment or early week shipment here. Alright, so there's the boxes we ended up with. Just four little boxes. I can see just for a $3,000 shipment. It was a little early week shipment, so it wasn't bad. It was all only four boxes. It's all going to one spot. Usually our stuff goes to the Illinois Fulfillment Center, which is a redistribution center, so it doesn't actually go live a lot of times super fast. But that's going to be it for this video, for the little #1 video. I'm trying to make a little bit more videos out there. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all that old footage. But thanks for watching this one.